But yeah, we just want to be able to be present and be in this wonderful moment together here on this wonderful, beautiful Shabbat morning as we get to celebrate Shabbat and also as we get to celebrate as a young woman becomes a bat mitzvah. So Teah, thank you for this wonderful gift of this Shabbat together with you. Christy and Zahar, thank you for the gift of your daughter and bringing her to Torah today, and to also, you're leading us in worship today. So, Cantor, let's warm ourselves up, kind of get ourselves in the mood with a little bit of a nigun.
So we join in this melody called a nigun. This is a melody that has no specific words, so we can focus on how the music makes us feel as we warm up our mind, body, spirit, and voice. So join in as we sing with a smile. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la.
Try that with us. Ya la la la. There you go. Ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la. Now that you got the hang of it, here we go. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la. So as you might guess, Shabbat morning services are participatory. We want you to participate. We want you to be a part of this. This is not a performance. Now we know Teah is a performer. She's an actor. We know that. She's amazing. But today, Teah, you are not a performer. Today, you are our guide. You are leading us in our Shabbat worship. And what a wonderful blessing that is. So therefore, we want to be joining along with her and participating in whatever way that you feel most comfortable. So I'm going to introduce you to a few things that will happen in our service and some tools that will make the service a little bit more easier to follow along and participate with. So first of all, we use our prayer books, which is Mishkan Tefillah. It's right in front of you. Everybody go ahead and grab a prayer book, or for those of you in the front row, they're right under your seats. So this is the prayer book that we are going to be using throughout our service. And so some of Teah's friends, guys, hi, how are y'all? Good, hello. So what do you guys notice about this book that looks a little bit different? It's backwards, exactly. It looks like it's all backwards. Well, Hebrew is written from right to left instead of left to right. So that means that we're going to open up our prayer book in a different way. All right, so we're going to open it from right to left instead. But if you notice, you turn anywhere to the middle of the prayer book and you see Hebrew there, you're going to notice there's two different columns. So just go randomly perfect. There you go. So you have two columns. One on the right side of the page is the Hebrew letters and Hebrew words. And on the left-hand side of the page is the transliteration, meaning we take English letters and English vowels and everything, and we're able to then say this is how those words are pronounced. Because we recognize not everybody knows how to read Hebrew, but we want everybody to participate in reading along and following along and even trying to sound things out. So we have the transliteration that's there. However, Teah, may I borrow your prayer book, please? Thank you. Teah's prayer book, as you notice, is a different color. It's also a lot thicker. This has been part of her weightlifting regimen. So because she has the full prayer book of Mishkan Tefillah, which includes not only services for Shabbat, but the weekdays and also festivals. And so within her prayer book, the one that she's been using, with her Hebrew, there's no transliteration. This is where I try to impress her friends. Because Teah has been studying Hebrew her entire life. I'm not even going to say just a few years. Nah, she's been doing this her entire life. And so that's her prayer book, but also because it's the full prayer book of Mishkan Tefillah, you're going to notice in your prayer books, at the bottom there are 2 sets of page numbers. Here you are, my friend. Woohoo! There are 2 sets of page numbers. One set of page numbers is in the black, and the other is in the blue. We're going to be calling out throughout the whole service the page numbers in the blue, because that's going to correspond to Teah's prayer book. So that way we keep all of us on the same page. So just look for those page numbers in the blue. Now, of course, we want you to participate. Feel free. Read along as you like to. Sing along. You don't know the words? Lie works very well. So feel free. Participate however you are most comfortable participating. You'll notice there are going to be times where we're going to invite the congregation to rise, to stand. It's a way of our showing respect before God. And also there's times that we'll bow in humble reverence before God as well. So you'll see some choreography that happens. And of course we pray with what we wear. So we have the kippah, the yarmulke, that reminds us of God's presence all around us, worn not only by men but also by women as well. And then finally we have the Tallit, which is our prayer shawl. We are taught and we are given the mitzvah, the commandment, to wear fringes on the corners of our garment. And the fringes are a reminder that when we look upon them, that we're reminded that there are 613 commandments in the Torah. Not just 10. There are 613 commandments. And we are commanded to study the mitzvot, to be able to fulfill the mitzvot that we can, because there are some that we cannot, because we don't do sacrifices anymore. But we still like a good barbecue. Just saying. But we don't do sacrifices anymore. But with it, we ask the question of how do we understand the commandments that God has given to us? How do we understand the laws and the stories? And how do they apply to our lives today? Judaism has over 3,000 years worth of text. That's a lot of material to learn and to study. And we don't just look at the words themselves and just take it as is. No, we ask, how do they apply to our lives today? What's the meaning for us today? That's why the Jewish people continue to thrive and to grow, is because we continue to always make it relevant and connect it to our lives today. Well, speaking of today, what a wonderful mitzvah to be able to welcome our bat mitzvah. Teah, come on over here to receive your very first Tallit. And we're going to invite forward your parents and your grandfather, Sarah and Christy and Jacob, to come on up and to receive your first Tallit.
Teah, may this Tallit symbolize your mom and I's continued hugging you around your shoulders. This is going to be your prayer shawl forever, okay? When you get married, you're going to use this as well, but we've got some time for that. All right?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit.
Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, eternal soul of the universe, who makes us holy through all of the mitzvot, the commandments, and commands us to wear fringes on the corners of our garment. As we give thanks for all of our blessings, I invite you to please turn to page 186 as we join together Modeh Moda Ani. מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך, מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך. I'd like to invite forward our 7th grade class from Temple Beth Shalom. Come on forward, guys, with your prayer books. As we're going to be turning to page 198, you're welcome to come join them as well, Teah. For our Nisim B'chol Yom, for our blessings of daily miracles, and come closer this way, guys, right over here in front of the bima. There you go. And we're going to chant the first 2 lines in Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. And then we're going to continue in the English. So, guys, we're at the top of page 198. Yeah, got it? We're there? Awesome. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Yesh koach, guys. Thank you very much. You may return to your seats. Why don't you stay here with me now as we turn to page 224, Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעלה ובזמן קריב וימרו.
Amen. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי המאיה. יתברך.
יתברך vishtabach vipa vitromam vidase vitadar vitale vitala shemede kucha Richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran be'alema v'imeru Amen.
As we turn to page 226, please rise for our Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei hoshech, oseh shalom uvarei et hakol, hameir la'aretz, v'ladarim alecha barachamim, utuvo mekadesh bechol yom tamid, ma'aseh bereshit, ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam bechochma asita malach ha'eretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al Shabbat ma'asecha yadecha ve'al me'orei or she'asita yefarucha selach.
Or Chadash ad Sion Tahir, 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 V'nizke kulanu me'hira le'oro, v'nizke kulanu me'hira le'oro. Or Chadash ad Sion Tahir, Or Chadash ad Sion Tahir.
Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer Hamorot. Please join me on page 231. Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard Lech Lecha, go forth. God disturbs us toward our destiny by hard events, and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai, haboher be'amo Yisrael ba'ahava.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
seated, we continue chanting together the Ve'ahavta on page 234. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anohi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanta levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha v'vitecha uletecha v'derech u'shophecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot b'neinecha u'kshartam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'hisharecha leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshi le'Elohem Ani Adonai Elohem Asher Hosseiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiyot lahem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohem. We continue on page 240 singing Micha Moha.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Mi kamo haba elim Adonai mi kamo hane dava kodesh Torah tehilot osef tehilot osefalem Shira chadasha shibechu Yehudim L'shimcha asifatayam Yachad kulam hodu v'himlichu v'ameru Adonai yimlok ve'olam va'ed Adonai yimlok ve'olam va'ed Ya la 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 Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Sur Yisrael Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael Ufedehi ne'umecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael Gohalenu Adonai tzivahot shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch ata Adonai Ga'a Yisrael
Amen.
Adonai sefatai tiftach Ufia gitahilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasei Avot V'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר,
קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו.
אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ,
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו.
אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם,
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה.
לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Amen.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
We continue together at the bottom of page 250 as we join together singing Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam beridolam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל לדורותם ברית עולם.
We continue on page 252. Eloheinu velohei avotenu ve'imotenu, ritzei vimnu hatenu, kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'tein helkenu b'toratecha, shab'enu misuavecha, v'shamhenu bisuatecha, v'taher libenu le'avdecha be'emet, v'hanhilenu Adonai Eloheinu, be'ahava uvratzon Shabbat kodshecha, v'yanuhu va Yisrael mikadesh shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. Please join me at the bottom of page 255. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess, and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha le'atah na'avod. Please join me on page 257. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared. Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom. Modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai,
Hatov shimcha ucha na'el lehodot. As we turn to page 258, please join with us, Sim Shalom. Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha,
Chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu,
Ve'ako Yisrael,
ve'ako Yisrael amecha. Barcheinu Yosreinu kulanu ke'echad, me'or panecha. Ki me'or panecha natzata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu.
Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha,
Chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu,
Ve'ako Yisrael,
ve'ako Yisrael amecha. Torah chaim ve'ahavat chesed, ve'ahavat chesed, u'tzedaka u'rachamim v'chaim v'shalom. Sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uvracha. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael, ve'ako Yisrael amecha. V'tov, v'tov Ve'ako Yisrael, Ve'ako Yisrael, Amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Amen.
We continue in silent meditation.
Say shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'ako Israel, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'ako Israel. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'ako Israel. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael.
So we've reached a part of our service now of Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for our reading of Torah, learning and studying Torah as well. So Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And they're all contained within one scroll. Now, as you might have seen earlier, when we went up to the ark and we opened the ark doors for the prayer that was called the Amidah, you saw that there were 6 Torah scrolls in our ark. Now, each of those Torah scrolls contain the exact same thing, all 5 books of, first 5 books of the Bible. But each scroll, while it contains the exact same things, the exact same words and letters and so forth, each scroll is unique as well, because each scroll has its history, tells its own story based on where it came from, how old it is, who wrote it even. Different parts of the world. In fact, the Torah scroll that's on the top there, that's enclosed in its own hard shell case, that's a Sephardic scroll. And Sephardic Jews come from Israel, the Middle East, and Spain. And so, the climate there, dry and dusty, and so in order to protect the Torah scroll, you would put it inside of its own, basically, mini ark. And so that's the Torah scroll that's on the top. Now, what is significant about Torah? What's so important about it? Well, it has been passed on from generation to generation. Torah has been read for many, many, many generations. One of the laws regarding Torah is you cannot change anything in the scroll. Once it was canonized, once it was completed, it was said you have to leave it alone. You can't change a word, you cannot change a vowel. Well, I'm going to get to the vowels in a second. And so why is that so important? Well, because we want to pass down the exact same words that our ancestors have written and have read and studied. But what changes with Torah is how we interpret the words, how we understand the stories, because Torah contains Our history, it starts from the very beginning with Genesis, the creation of the world, moves its way through introducing us to our matriarchs and our patriarchs, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Leah and Rachel, gives us the history and the blessings that God has bestowed upon us, and brings us then to a new land, to Egypt. In fact, that is where we are reading from on this Shabbat. For we are reading from the book of Exodus. You see, throughout an entire year, we read the entire Torah from beginning to end, but we read a portion every single week. And so this week's parasha is Bo, one of the Torah portions there at the beginning of the book of Exodus, telling the story of the Hebrews there as slaves in Egypt. But I'm not going to tell you too much about the Torah portion, because one of the wonderful blessings that we get to experience with our bat mitzvah is Teah. You are not only a student of Torah, today you are our teacher. We've been studying this Torah portion and experiencing it and asking many, many questions like, why? Why was this written this way? What was the purpose behind it? And turning it over and over and over again, for we're taught everything is in it. And you've been studying this and then asking a very, very important question. What does something that was written thousands of years ago have to teach us today? In a world that is so different than our ancestors, a world that is filled with technology and a world that is filled with science and understanding and the grasping for learning new things all of the time. Today is about mitzvah. You have taken these words from Parashat Bo, and you are teaching us the importance and the significance of this wonderful story. So I'm not going to say much more about the Torah portion, except to say to you, as I mentioned earlier about the vowels, there's no vowels in Torah. There's no, that if you look in your prayer books, the little dots and dashes that are below or next to or on top of the Hebrew letters there, those are the vowels, like A's, E's, I's, O's, Oo's. Those are the vowels that are in there. When Hebrew was first written down, no vowels. Why? Because we all spoke the same language. If I gave you something to read in Hebrew with no vowels in it, or if I gave you something to read in English, I should say, with no vowels in it, you would be able to read it because you understand English. Well, that was the same thing too with Hebrew many generations ago. But then at a time in our history when we were dispersed and we moved throughout the world and started speaking new languages and taking on new cultures and traditions and so forth, we lost some of that Hebrew understanding, that Hebrew knowledge. And so the rabbis said, you know what? If I change a vowel, I can change the meaning of a word, and we're not supposed to do that. So the rabbis created a vowel system to make sure that we pronounce the words correctly. However, in the Torah Scroll itself, there are no vowels, there is no punctuation. So you're kind of reading without a net today, kiddo. But she does, she has a net. That net is our cantor, our gabai, who stands next to her there with the pointed text to make sure that we show the right honor and the respect of Torah. That if we make a mistake, because you know we are only human and we all make mistakes, that we can then correct it and say, okay, let's make sure we read it the right way. But what I love, Teah, is how you read Torah and how you approach your Jewish life. You approach it with such spirit and with such beauty and strength. So with that, we get to begin this wonderful journey of Torah together as we all turn in our prayer books to page 362 as we begin our Torah service.
In kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'en kimasecha malchutecha malchut kol amim umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed Adonai oz lamo yitein Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
Throughout our Torah service, we will be honored to be joining together with other family members who will have various honors of blessing Torah and reading Torah. At this time, I'd like to invite forward for some honors at the very beginning here. First to acknowledge, I'm going to let you guys stay seated there. I've got Shaya and River Vavak. You guys are going to stay right there along with Evia Swartzon. Hi, Evia. How's it going, kiddo? You know what you guys are going to do in a few minutes? You're going to hold, you're going to hold the Torah cover and the Torah binder. So you guys are going to stay there, and I'll bring them down to you in a few minutes, okay? Fantastic, thank you. Then, passing our Torah from one generation to the next, it's my honor to call forward to stand here in front of our bima, Jacob Swartzon, Saar and Christy Swartzon, along with Teah. So if the four of you will go ahead and stand right here without your prayer books, because you're going to, Jacob, go ahead and leave your prayer book on the seat there, so that way you'll be able to hold Torah. And opening our ark doors, we have Sasha Swartzon, Malcolm and Rachel Mackey, Andrea and Malcolm Jr. Mackey. If you all will come forward to open up our ark doors and to join us here on the bima, come on up. There you go, perfect. And I'll invite everyone to please rise.
Av harachamim hetiv avitzoncha et Zion tivnei chomot Yerushalayim tivnei chomot Yerushalayim ki levad batachnu melech elam v'nisa adon olamim.
Page 364.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai Iti Uneromemo Shemo Yachdav.
This Torah scroll that we pass on from one generation to the next is a very important Torah scroll in our history. This Torah scroll is over between 275 and 300 years old. This Torah scroll was rescued from Czechoslovakia after World War II. It is one of hundreds of Torah scrolls that have been given to congregations like ours as a reminder of, yes, the tragedies that have befallen our people. But it's also an important reminder that in times of tragedy, we also rise up and we never let anybody defeat us. We never let anybody take away who we are as Jews and as people. Teah, this Torah scroll today, this is its final Shabbat with us for the next many months. Tomorrow, we begin a healing service with it at 11:15 in the social hall, just saying, in which we get to bid our Torah scroll goodbye. For the next time that it will be here in November, it will be restored to its completeness, its wholeness, its kosher status. That not only will we be able to pass it on from generation to generation as we've been doing for the past few years, but we will once again be able to read from it as a kosher scroll. And the beauty of that is this reminder that something that those who tried to destroy us, to take away from us, we say no. We go ahead and we bring healing to it and wholeness and completeness. Each of you, Yaakov, Jacob, you have held Torah in your heart and in your arms. You have been a student of Torah and a teacher. You have given this Torah to your son as well. And Sa'ar, this Torah, also you hold on to memories. You held on to that moment too, where you stood there with your mom too, and also with your grandfather, and you were given Torah. Today, you share this wonderful gift with your wife. Christy, this is yours as well. You are a student of Torah, and you now bestow this precious gift, both of you, to your daughter. Teah, this is yours. It belongs to you. Hold on to it always. Good. May its weight keep you rooted in who you are and where you come from. But also, may it lift you up and inspire you always as we walk now in the light of Torah.
Lecha Adonai hagidula vehagevura vehatiferet vehanetzach vehahod ki kol bashamayim u'ba'aretz ki kol bashamayim u'ba'aretz Adonai הממלכה והמתנשא לכל ראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. שלושה דברים העולם העולם עומד על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד.
Please be seated. Ashkoach, thank you. So please be seated. Our Torah, the Hakafah, the purpose of the Hakafah there is as a way of not only coming around and saying, hi, how are you? Because it is a good social time too. But it's also a time of us being able to show respect to the Torah. We don't worship Torah, we show respect to it. And that's when people were taking their prayer books and kissing it and so forth. So the Torah is dressed as the high priests during temple times were dressed with a beautiful garment, and they wore a sash, and it's really important to have a sash with a Torah because it's a scroll, and so you want to keep it bound together. All of our B'nai Mitzvah students, during their 7th grade year, we go on a retreat together, and they design their Torah binder, and so this is the one that Teah created. So it's a little bit of Teah on our Torah. Do you remember that now? Perfect. This. Here you go, River. Got it? All right, perfect. And then hang on. I've got something for you, kiddo, definitely. We'll just grab this one, and then everybody can use that one. Perfect. Will you hold our yod for us? We have 2 yods. So, okay, so you know what does that look like, Evia? What does that look like? Like a finger? Exactly. We got another one that we're going to use up there too. So you hold on to that for me, okay? And that's how, like, when we read Torah, we follow along, we keep our place, okay? Like, when you learn how to read, you keep your finger on the words that you're reading, and you follow along, all right? So you can practice that in the prayer book over here, down here, while we're reading Torah. Sound like a plan, kiddo? Awesome. Okay. So with that, we begin our reading of Parashat Bo. Cantor.
For our first Aliyah, chanting the blessings, Sa'ar Swartzon, Sa'ar ben Yaakov Yonat, reading from the Torah, Jacob Swartzon, Yaakov ben Yosef Umalka, and reading the English translation, Christy Swartzon, Sipora bat Avraham Visara. Ya'amdu l'Aliyah harishona.
So for the blessing, come on over here. Go ahead and on to the first one.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
ומושב בני ישראל אשר ישבו במצרים 30 שנה ו400 שנה, ויהי מקץ 30 שנה ו400 שנה, ויהי בעצם היום הזה יצאו כל צבאות אדוני מארץ מצרים. ליל שימורים הוא לאדוני להוציאם מארץ מצרים, והלילה הזה לאדוני שמורים לכל בני ישראל לדורותם.
The length of time that the Israelites lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of 430th year, to the very day, all of the ranks of God departed from the land of Egypt. That was for God, a night of vigil, to bring them out of the land of Egypt. The same night is God's, one of vigil for all the children of Israel throughout the ages.
Do you want to do Sitzi once again with the last?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, b'chayei olam natav betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yasher koach. For our second aliyah, chanting the blessing, Shimrit Vevak, Shimrit Bat Yaakov V'Yonat, and Michael Swartzon, Michael ben Avraham V'Tzipora. Reading from the Torah will be Tzipit Swartzon, Tzipora Bat Yaakov, and reading the English translation, Mike Vevak, Michael ben Avraham V'Sara, and Dara Swartzon, Dara Bat Chaim Ubluma.
You can bring him up like that if he's so comfortable. That's fine, of course. He's comfortable. Don't mess with him. So do you do the blessing or you do the Torah? You do the blessing? Perfect.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach Lamam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher ba'banu mikol halamim v'natan lananu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Hebrew first?
Yeah, I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאחזר קודש לי כל בכור פטור כל רזזם בבני ישראל באדם ובבהמה לי הוא ויאמר משה אל העם זכור את היום הזה אשר יצאתם ממצרים בבית העבדים כי בחוזק יד הוציא אדוני אתכם כך זה ולא יאכל זממם היום אתם יוצאים בחודש האביב והיה כי יביאך אדוני אל ארץ הכנעני והזזת והעומרי והעזזי והיבוסי אשר נשבע לאבותיך לתת לך ארץ זבת חלב ודבש ועבדת את העבודה הזאת בחודש הזה 70 הזאת. That's it? Okay.
So Mike and Dara.
English.
The Lord spoke further to Moses, saying, consecrate to me every firstborn, man and beast. The first issue of every womb among the Israelites is mine.
And Moses said to the people, remember this day on which we went free from Egypt, the house of bondage, how God freed you from it with his mighty hand. No leavened bread shall be eaten. You go free on this day in the month of Abib.
So when the Lord has brought you into the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which God swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, you shall observe in this month the following practice.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet ve'yam olam natan betochenu. I trouble YouTube. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's something you should say. Okay.
Thank you.
Although we'll take that back. Okay. I love it. That's good. Thank you.
For our third aliyah, chanting the blessing, Avi Swartzon, Avi ben Yosef Umalka, and Sipi Swartzon, Sipora Bat Yaakov. Reading from the Torah, Avi Swartzon, Avi ben Yosef Umalka, and reading the English translation, Michael Swartzon, Michael ben Avraham V'Tzipora. Ya'amdu l'aliyah hashlishit.
Who's he reading from Hebrew or from the Torah itself?
Avi.
Abi? Okay. Oh, okay, you are. No, you. No, you are. Oh, okay, so let's, hang on, why don't you move to the center, and then who's doing the bracha? So, okay, Sippy? No, you do.
I'll do the bracha.
Oh, okay. If you want to take your seat to the first word.
Shivat Yamim.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam
ברוך
Va'ed.
אדוני המבורך לעולם לעולם ועד, ברוך אדוני ומבורך לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Yeah.
Where am I doing?
7 ימים.
אוקיי, 7 ימים תאכל מצה, וביום השביעי זוג לאדוני מצות יאכל את 7 הימים, ולא יראה לך זממן, ולא יראה לך שאר בכל גבולך. והגעת לבנך ביום ההוא לאמר, בעבור זה עשה אדוני לי בצאתי ממצרים. That's it? ממצרים. אני בשוונג.
Hey, we're gonna let you go
Okay.
into English.
7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day there shall be a festival to God. Throughout the 7 days unleavened bread shall be eaten. No leavened bread shall be found with you, and no leaven shall be found in your territory, in all your territory. And you shall explain to your son on that day, it is because of what God did for me when I went free from Egypt.
My least favorite parasha here.
Oh, not a fan of that one, huh?
Of bread.
Right? Who doesn't?
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Yes, Bechech again.
Thank you very much.
Don't sit down, Sar. Don't sit down, Christy. There you go. They're going to go give kisses over there. But come on. How about you guys come on up here? I know that's. Come on up because you want to be present for this wonderful, wonderful moment.
תעמוד תהיה בת שער וציפורה הבחורה הבת מצווה על יד התורה.
Okay, so let's take your tzitzit to the your first word.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvara. Baruch Adonai Hamvara Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah. V'haya ki isha minha mahar lemor mazot ve'armata elav behozek yad hotianu Adonai mimitzrayim mibeit avadim vayehi ki hiksha Pharaoh, L'shalehenu, Vayaharog, Adonai, Kol Behor, Be'eretz Mitzrayim, Mi Behor Adam, Efte Behema, Behor Behema, Alkein, Ani, Zoveya, Ladonai, Kol Peter, Rehem hazeh harim v'ho behor banai efteh v'haya le'or hayadeha ultot afod be'ein einecha ki behozek yad hotianu Adonai mimitzrayim. And when, in time to come, your son asks you, saying, "What does this mean?" you shall say to him, "It was with a mighty hand that God brought us out from Egypt, the house of bondage. When Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, God slew every firstborn in the land of Egypt, the firstborn of both man and beast, Therefore I sacrifice to God every first male issue of the womb, but redeem every firstborn among my sons. And it shall be as a sign upon your hand, and as a symbol upon your forehead, that with a mighty hand God freed us from Egypt. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam, nata b'tohenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Mom, Beth, please.
Good job.
Just a quick second. Perfect. You can see right there, though. We take this moment now with our Torah before us to offer a Mishaberach, prayer for healing, continued healing and strength, and also healing for those within our community, our family, our friends, and within our world who are in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. So I invite you to think about anyone of any faith, any tradition that you would like to be able to offer this blessing of healing. Mishaberach Avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all of those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. As it is my honor to call forward Jason Cohn, if you'll come up and join us as our Torah holder. I'm going to give you this to hold on to, my dear. And can I please have Shaya and River and Evia? Evia, will you bring up the yad? Perfect. Shaya's got the cover. River, you bring up the Torah binder. Perfect, because you know what we're going to do now? Is I'm going to lift up the Torah so everybody can see what we've read. And then we're going to dress the Torah, and then we're going to go ahead and let Jason sit over there with the Torah. Sound good? All right, and I invite everyone to please rise as we give honor to the Torah.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לבני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה.
River, can I have the binder?
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
All right, Evia. Ready? Let's go back down. Please be seated.
The Haftarah for Parshat Bo is Jeremiah chapter 46, verses 13 through 19. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar binviim tovim ratza b'divrehem ha'ne'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai aboher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo unvinviei ha'emet v'tzedek. Hadavar asher diber Hadretzar Mele Bavel Lehakot Het Eretz Mitzrayim Hagidu V'Mitzrayim V'Hashmiyu V'Migdol V'Hashmiyu V'Nof Uvtachpan Hez Imru Hityatsev V'Hakein La Ki Achla Heretz Sevivecha Madua Nitaf Avirecha Lo Amad Ki Adonai Hadafo. The word which Adonai spoke to the prophet Jeremiah about the coming of King Nebuchadrezzar to Babylon to attack the land of Egypt. Declare in Egypt, proclaim in Migdol, proclaim in Noph and Tachpanhes. Say, take your post and stand ready, for the sword has devoured all around you. Why are your stalwarts swept away? They did not stand firm, for Adonai thrust them down. God made many stumble. They fell over one another. They said, up, let us return to our people, to the land of our birth, because of the deadly sword. There they called the Pharaoh king of Egypt, braggart who let the hour go by. As I live, declares the king, whose name is Adonai of hosts, as surely as Tabor is among the mountains and Carmel is by the sea, so shall this come to pass. Equip yourself for exile, fair Egypt, you who dwell secure, for Noph shall become a waste, desolate, without inhabitants. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol holamim tzadik behol hadorot ha'el hane'eman ha'omer ve'osei ha'medaber u'mekayeh shechol debarav emet v'tzedek v'chol ra'ah ve'al ha'ovadah ve'al hanaveim ve'al yom hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likedusha ve'limnuha lehavot utifaretz al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim la umvarchim ota yitbarashim ha'a b'fi kol hai Timid leot va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Yasher koach. Hang on. Here we go. You're welcome. Yep, take a moment. There you are. So beautifully chanted. Thank you so very much. As we are all going to now return our Torah to the Ark, we're going to turn once again in our prayer books to page 374. Here we go. And I invite everyone to please rise. Come up and be on verse with us, please.
Veshamayim vayarem keren le'amo tehila lechol chasidav livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem Torati al ta'azovu. Etz chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu קדש ימינו כקדם.
Please be seated. Come on down.
Is it my switch?
There you go.
I forgive but never forget because I don't want to be hurt the same way twice. Megan Gunderson. In life, you will get hurt. Just by walking this earth, you basically signed a contract to let life hit you with its full force. By making connections and building relationships, you're going to get hurt, no mites or ifs. There will be people who don't have good intentions. In these situations, you must learn to forgive but not forget. Remember the lesson but forget the problem. In this week's Torah portion, Bo, it talks about how God sent the final plagues, locusts, darkness, and death of the firstborn to Egypt. Some of you may be thinking, how does this tie into forgiveness? To answer this, I will have to delve deeper into this portion, where it talks about the Israelites taking gold and silver from the Egyptians. Right before the final plague is brought, death of the firstborns, Moses is commanded to tell the Israelites to borrow, each man from his neighbor, and each woman from hers, objects of silver and gold. In the Torah, it states that the Egyptians willingly handed over their silver and gold. There are many ongoing arguments about what really happened, but one by Rabbi Nachmandi stood out to me. He says that the gold and silver given to the Israelites represented atonement for the damages that they had inflicted upon the Jewish people, and how the reparations would help build a foundation for a strong future. He then goes on to say, forgiving their enemies did not mean forgetting the past. It meant rising above it to create new opportunities. Instead of becoming fixed in anger and resentment against those who had caused them so much pain and had reduced them to poverty and slavery, the Israelites accepted the Egyptian gifts and left Egypt to fashion their future as proud and independent people. This section is not only relevant to today, but it also teaches a much-needed lesson. People need to be able to forget, to rise above their past. In modern times, people often hold grudges and create more problems. Something I learned from this Torah portion is to treat apologies like silver and gold, because that is what they are worth. I also learned that you have to accept apologies and move on. Put out the fire before it can start. For example, a few years ago, my best friend and I got into a small argument over if my hair was red. We were both arguing back and forth, blowing this entire situation out of proportion. After staying mad at each other for over a week, we realized that our friendship was much more important than a silly argument, and that we didn't want to ruin it over something so small. Standing here today, becoming a bat mitzvah, means family. Standing here reminds me of a story that my dad told me about his bar mitzvah. That day was even more special to him because that was the first day that his Saba was able to leave the hospital and how special attending services was for him. When I heard this, I thought about how Sapta would have loved to see me up here. I can imagine how proud she would have been that the light would be shining from her eyes. It was a goal of hers to see me up here, but she is here today. She always has been with me. So this service and my hard work is all for her. Becoming bat mitzvah also means that I will be joining many members of my family in this sacred tradition. This journey has been one that I could never forget, a journey that is more incredible than one in any book. Speaking of books, for my mitzvah project, I wanted to do something that I was passionate about. If you know me well, you'll most likely know my love for reading. Thanks to my mom, I was able to get involved with Reading to Angels. Reading to Angels is a nonprofit program that collects and distributes new and gently used children's books to children in need. Reading to Angels was established over 10 years ago in loving memory of Sydney Glazer, a 6-year-old Temple Beth Sholom kindergartner. Reading to Angels has collected over 10,000 books and has distributed them to various shelters and charities for low-income families in Orange, Riverside, and Los Angeles counties. This amazing foundation is not only something I enjoyed during my studies, but something I hope to do for a very long time. Finally, the part my parents have been waiting for since August, the thank yous. First, I would like to thank Rabbi and... It's true. First, I would like to thank Rabbi and Cantor for their help leading up to this incredible day. It was not easy, and I couldn't have done this without their help. Also, a big thanks to Maura Robin because without her, I probably wouldn't have done as well as I had done today. Next, I would like to thank Saba for always being there to help me whenever I needed it. Whether it was with my Hebrew or studying for a math test late at night after I came home from rehearsal that ended at 7, he was always willing to drop everything to help me. Also, I would like to thank Sapta. Although she wasn't here with me physically, she was silently supporting me. I know that she would have loved to see me standing here right now. Sasha, thank you for always making me laugh when I was frustrated with my Hebrew. You still annoy me a lot, but you always manage to make me smile in the end, even on the worst of days. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank my remarkable parents. Mom, thank you for your continuous faith that I would do well and for the constant driving back and forth to school, to temple, every Monday and Tuesday. If it wasn't for you, I would not be standing here right now, and I would not be the person I am today. Dad, thank you for always listening to each and every draft of my speech and also dealing with my constant singing around the house and helping me a lot with my prayers. You both have supported me so much and will continue to support me forever. This incredible experience has taught me many things, and it is leading me further on the path of life. I have learned so many valuable lessons, including learning to forgive. When reading this Torah portion for the first time, I really learned that if the Israelites could forgive the Egyptians for putting them in slavery, then I could forgive for petty arguments and things of the past. Hopefully, this section teaches you as much as it taught me. So just remember the next time you are in an argument that you will eventually need to let it go and move on, and should only remember the lesson.
I knew I was going to be a mess giving this speech. So I Googled how not to cry when giving an emotional speech. There were so many helpful suggestions that came up. Some said to put a thumbtack in my shoe or pinch myself hard or do long division in my head because apparently our brains can't let us cry and process numbers at the same time. I realize that it is inevitable for me not to cry because I cannot believe I'm old enough to have a 13-year-old. But also because there are several people, most importantly, both your grandmothers, that would have loved to be sitting here today watching you become a bat mitzvah. I got to do the long division. I will also cry out of happiness that I no longer have to listen to your complaints about me nagging to study your Torah portion, and out of sadness that another chapter of your life is behind you. The process of you becoming a bat mitzvah has been very cathartic to me. It has helped me reflect on life and what is important. Two of the most valuable things we have are time and our relationships with others. In our age of increasing distractions, it is more important than ever to find ways to maintain perspective and remember life is brief and tender. I want you to remember that as you move through life. You're truly the most amazing person I know. You are smart, beautiful, funny, and compassionate.
Long division.
I know that you'll be successful in life because you always put forth so much effort and passion. I'm so proud of you. Love you.
All right, my turn to try and do long division. So I want to thank everyone for coming here today to witness Teah becoming a bat mitzvah. Today, Teah, you're officially an adult woman. With becoming an adult comes many responsibilities. Luckily, you're not charged with many of the mundane responsibilities like paying a mortgage, paying taxes, working full-time. But the most important responsibilities that you take on as a Jewish adult male are responsibilities that you will have until your last days. I'm sorry. Adult. I wanted to say adult. Much more important. Okay. Learning. Learning is one of the most important responsibilities. One of your adult responsibilities is to continue to learn, just like I did. You're responsible for learning not just about Torah, but to have a thirst for learning about everything and anything in life. Learn every day. Learn from everyone. Learn as much as you can soak up. Never, ever stop learning. Learn so that you can speak with anyone about any topic. Learn about things you never thought would interest you. Maybe that will change your mind. Teah, like me, you love to learn, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. You should work on learning every day of your life. Another responsibility of adults is to do good and be good. Being good. Being good has come naturally to you. I cannot express my overwhelming joy at what a good person you are. Your character is impeccable. Keep it that way. Character is your mental and moral qualities that make you you, Teah. They're distinctive to you. Your character is paramount. Stay good. Be good. Do good. You cannot leave a better impression nor legacy than being a good person. Always stay true to your character. I cannot tell you how many times your mom and I were delighted to hear from other parents or teachers or adults about what a good person you are. Your strength of character is your ultimate tool. No one can change that but you. Do good. As I stand here today, I cannot be more proud. So proud of an amazing young woman who's so kind, so loving, so smart, so talented, but most importantly, so helpful. I can stand up here and list her many accomplishments. They make us beam with pride. But nothing in this world is more important than being helpful. That is who you have always been since you were a child. You help friends when they're sad. You help people when they're down. You helped others when they needed it most. God gave us two hands, one to help ourselves and one to help others. In your short time on earth, you've already learned that helping others is paramount. Whether it's your Mitzvah project of reading to Angel's book drive or helping a friend when they're sad. Always help others. It's not the things that we get, but the hearts that we touch that will determine our success in life. And some today, I stand here a proud father of an amazing young adult woman. And if I can impart one thing, it's that I say continue your thirst for learning. Stay true to your character and continue to help others. If you live your life by these three hallmarks, you will never look back and have any doubt that you lived a full and complete life. Remember, the future is up to you. I love you and look forward to the mark you will make on this world.
So Teah, I'm going to sneak into here really quick. You become bat mitzvah not only in front of your family and your friends, but also before your community of Temple Beth Sholom. And so it is my honor to call forward to make some presentations on behalf of our youth and your friends, Stella Goodman and Stella Keisler, the Stellas of the 7th grade. And also representing our board of directors, our president, Jack Holmes, our brotherhood, Mark Borove, and our sisterhood, Sarah Schweitz. So come on forward. There you go. Come close. There you go.
Teah, you are such an amazing friend, and I love spending time with you, and I'm so incredibly proud of you. Your hard work has really paid off, and I think everyone in this room can agree with that. You always know how to make people smile and laugh, and that's truly a gift.
Teah, I'm so proud and happy for you and your amazing accomplishment. You worked so hard for this. It's really been great to spend time with you, both at TBS and OSHA. You have grown to be such great friends. On behalf of the TBS Youth Group, we would like to present you with this Havdalah candle.
Job. We're so very proud of you today. I know your parents are proud of you, your whole community is proud of you, and we, the ladies of the sisterhood at Temple Beth Sholom, we couldn't be prouder of you, of your accomplishment. You did an outstanding job. And for this, I'm honored to be here today to make a presentation to you. This is a day of blessings and a day of presents and so forth, all day long. And excuse me. Today, Teah, you're standing on the shoulders of those that came before you, okay? So our ancestors came from faraway lands, and they came and they planted a seed many years ago, and this seed became a tree, and today you're reaping the beautiful fruit from that tree. And I hope you have good health and a lot of happiness. My wish for you is may in the years ahead you have abundant good health, happiness, prosperity, and shalom. And so for this special day, we are going to present you from sisterhood with a Kiddush cup. You know what that is, right? And use it in good health. Start using it now and take it to college, when you go to college, and then later on to graduate school. And after graduate school, you take it to your home when you get married, okay? In that order. And so, here is the Kiddush cup. Mazel tov. Congratulations.
I need to know, are you a redhead?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I was going to get a pair of new glasses if I was... As brotherhood, I was very impressed. You do not lack self-confidence. I can see you going far. Well, I like your family. Can I be a member? My family is so damn never boring. But you did an amazing job. One of the best. I've been doing this for 12 years now. I'm impressed. I heard that you were not feeling well. So to do this kind of job after not feeling well is amazing. I don't think a lot of you realize how much she has to do. When I was going for my bar mitzvah, I had this one little portion. She led the service, and you did an outstanding job. So in Brotherhood, we want to give you a tzedakah box. For those who do not know what this is the Jewish piggy bank. But it's a little bit different. The money that's raised in here goes to the charity that she chooses. And I think I know which one it's going to be. Yeah. So once again, mazel tov to your family and yourself. Outstanding.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mazel tov, Teah, to you and the Swartzon family. I don't know that there's much I can add to what's already been said, but I'll say this. I love coming to the bar and bat mitzvah services. It's one of my favorite parts of the temple life because I always get to meet all these amazing young people, and you are certainly one of them. You did such an amazing job today. You owned the bima. You mastered it. And I got to tell you, if that acting thing doesn't work out, you'd be a great rabbi. So today you've received several gifts. You've, of course, received your prayer book and your certificate and your Tallit and all these wonderful things. And Rabbi and Cantor planted a tree in your honor in Israel, which, of course, you're going to visit, right? And you water your tree what day? Come on, we know all this stuff, right? Thursday. No prompting. At any rate, I really look forward to seeing you in 3 years when you do your confirmation, because I know you're going to do amazing things, and I can't wait to hear about all the things that you're going to do when you leave here today. On behalf of the Temple Beth Board of Directors, I want to wish you Mazel Tov, Yashir Koach, and Mazel Tov to your family. Thank you.
So, Teah, there are going to definitely be many blessings that you will receive throughout this whole day and beyond. But it is my honor now to invite you to come and to join Cantor Reinwald and myself at the Ark. And also, if your parents will come up and join us as well, as we get to bestow our blessings upon you as well. Please rise. Here you stand. I'm going to give this to Mom for just a moment. There you go. We are so proud of you. We actually told you that before you even stepped foot on the bima today, because we've been proud of the journey that you have been on. This has been an incredible journey, not just for you, but for all of us. To share in these moments of learning and to share in these moments of pure joy. The Ruach, the Spirit that you give to us, is so wonderful. Yes, Safta is smiling. That light that emanates from you is a part of her as well. And we are so, so happy that we get to experience that wonderful feeling here at this moment. We had an opportunity a little over a month ago to stand here on this bima, along with your dad here, and to hold on to Torah, and to share in what this moment means of becoming bat mitzvah, becoming this wonderful young adult in the Jewish community. And your Abba, your dad, shared with you his experience and what that felt like of being surrounded with family, and to stand there with your Saba, there watching over you and guiding you. And then we passed the Torah on to you, Teah, and said, do you feel that spirit that's there? Do you feel that sense of awe, of awesomeness? And you did. That is part of the collective responsibility that we have, each of us. Each of us have this wonderful collective responsibility of holding on to Torah, learning from it, wrestling with it, struggling with it, and then being able to also say, here's what it means for me. Here's what I have learned from it. Here's how I have grown from it. Teah, you have accepted that responsibility today. By your standing here in front of this congregation, not only taking on the responsibility of leading us in worship, but most importantly of saying, this is important, this is significant, this has meaning in your life. You have done that. Thank you. Because what that also reminds each of us, there is a beautiful future for us as the Jewish people. Because you, all of your classmates, all of your family, your sister, generations yet to come, there is this beautiful future of the Jewish people who say, yes, we take responsibility, and it's important to us. So thank you. Thank you for giving us that light. So now at this moment, as we stand here before our Torah scrolls, as you stand here, embraced by, not physically at the moment because they're still down there, but they will embrace you with words of blessing. We get to embrace you with the words of our Torah, of blessings that have been passed on one generation to the next at this great moment. So Mom and Dad, go ahead and put your arms right here as well.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and watch over you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine on you, in you, and through you. And may God be truly gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
Teah, may you always feel God's presence with you at every moment, moments of joy and also moments when you need extra strength. May God continue to bless you with a life that is filled with good health, a life that is filled with happiness, and most important of all, a life that is filled with shalom. Kein Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will, and let us say, Amen. We remain standing now as we turn in our prayer books once again. Aleinu L'Shabeach, our closing prayers, page 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
We'll go right down here. As we remain standing and our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us, yet truly the memory of each of them is a blessing in our own lives today and always. We remember those who have recently passed away, Norm Harris, Doris Berenbaum, and Blaise Bernstein. We also remember those whose yard sites we recall on this Shabbat and during this coming week. Melvin Abelov, Kate Aqua, William Beck, Harry Block, Victoria Blum, Lyle Bolton, Rose Braverman, Jay Chalson, Rebecca Charles, Sophie Charney, Annie Cohn, Ron Curry, George Feldman, Melvin Fine, Debbie Friedman, Marilyn Givant, Gladys Kahn, Joseph Corson, Sue Latham, Arthur Lewin, B. Magenheim, Mary Orenstein, Jack Orlikoff, Ann Pham, Edith Rudner, Erwin Russakoff, Rose Sanders, Julia Saslow, Helen Scott, Frank Shear, Florence Silver, Morton S. Weber, Frank Weinstein, Nellie Evelyn Weisberg, and Ida Zuckerman. And also your Saba, we remember too.
Yeshua?
Yeshua, and your Safta, what is her name? Yonat. If there's anyone here who's in the period of mourning of Shiva, Shloshim, or Shana, who's observing a yard site of a loved one whose name I have not called, I invite you as I face in your direction, please share their names with us. Sydney. For them and for all of those who have given their lives al Kiddush Hashem, for the sanctification of God's holy name, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we join together as one sacred community. Kaddish Yatom, our mourners Kaddish, page 598. We join together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach urtei v'yamlich malchutei, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו. לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved among us, and let us say together, amen. So before we conclude with our closing song, Sasha, why don't you come up for that too? Come join the family. We, right after our closing song, we're going to invite you all to come and join us in the living room to your left, where there is a challah and also cups of grape juice. It's all grape juice there. Grab a little cup of grape juice. Don't drink from it yet, though. Don't grab the challah yet either, please. But definitely take a little cup of grape juice, and we're going to join together with Kiddush and Motzi in honor of Teah becoming a bat mitzvah. So that'll be right after our closing song, which is Cantor. Oh, say shalom. Put your arms around somebody next to you. If you don't know who they are, say hello. Make a new friend.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומם הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.